Hi, I would like to read this book called You're Special by Max Lucado, illustrated by Sergio Martinez. I gave this book to my own children back in 1997. They were kind of old for it, but I wanted them to know that they were special. So I required them to read it. I think they only read it once, but whatever. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All of the wooden people were carved by the woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat on the top of the hill overlooking the village. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall, others were short. Some wore hats, some wore coats. But all were made by the same carver and lived in the village. There's the carver's house at the top of the hill. And all day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on one another. The pretty ones, those with the smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint chipped, the Wemmicks gave dots. There they are giving each other stars or dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads. Others could jump over tall boxes. Still others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel good. It made them want to do something else to get another star. Others, though, could do little, and they got dots. Here they are getting their stars, doing special things. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, they would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. Then, when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly and the Wemmicks would give him more dots. After a while, he got so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would say or do something dumb, and something like forget his hat or step in the water, and then the people would give him more dots. In fact, he had so many gray dots that some people would just come up and give him a dot for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he'd say. The few times he went outside, he hung around other Wemmicks who got a lot of dots. It made him feel better. One day he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he had ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was wooden and her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers. It was that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots. So they would come up and give her a star, but it would fall off. Others would look down on her for having no stars, so they'd give her a dot, and that wouldn't stay either. That's the way I want it to be. Wait a minute. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy. Every day I go see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the wood carver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up the hill, he's there. And with that, the Wemmick who had no stickers turned and skipped away. The But Willie want to see me, cried Punchinello. Lucia didn't hear. So Punchinello went home. He sat near his window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he decided to go see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened as they saw the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch up onto his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here. And he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Punchinello. The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello? How good to see you. Come, let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large bearded craftsman. You know my name? Of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped down and picked him up and set him on the bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the gray dots. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I tried really hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what the other Wemmicks think of you. You don't? No. And you shouldn't either. Who are they to give you stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you're pretty special. Punchinello laughed. Me, special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders and spoke softly. Because you're mine. That is why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Oh, picture. Every day I've been hoping you come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Punchinello. I know. She told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? The maker spoke softly and said, because she's decided what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about the stickers. I'm not sure I understand. Eli smiled. You will in time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come and see me every day and let me remind you how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. Remember, Eli said as the Wemmick walked to the door, you are special because I made you. And I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. There's the dot right there. That's the end of this story, as you can see. Hopefully I'll find some more books to read to you later on. Love you. Bye.